How you doing? And welcome back to my channel, Country Conversations with DVD. Well, this is going to be a hard one, right? This is my episode review of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 4, episode 4, I think it is. Let me make sure. All right, I don't get the greatest views on this show. I should, because I do a great Lisa Barlow. And Mary. Of course, I do agree, Mary. And sometimes Whitney. But just to let you all know, I'm still going to review the show because I love the show and I love talking about the show on here with you all. Now, again, this is not going to be my best, most funnest episode because I got some bad, horrible, horrible news last night. Don't have anything to do with y'all. My spirit is broken up because my first baby is over there in hospital. Not my baby, but he was my first baby because we talked about my uh, fraternity, fraternity, fertility journey, and when I didn't think I was gonna have any kids, he came along and was my sister child. So for a long time, that was the only way that I thought I was gonna be a parent. So, but that's neither here nor there. Let me try to get through this, and I do the best we can. Okay. Now, the episode starts off with Whitney and Justin, and I think I'm gonna go over there and meet with Mary. And Justin like, yeah, you better be careful with that because y'all haven't had the best relationship. Now, back in the day, I thought. Now I've been watching this show since its inception. I didn't think I was gonna like the show because when Andy said that he was coming out with a SLC, I was like, for what? All they do is over there, ski and you know worship in that Mormon way. So how's that interesting? Because all I ever saw on TV was, they had on the long dresses and they looked like they were about to cook out. Whoo! But no, we meet old Whitney and we meet old Jen Shah and Heather and Lisa and Meredith. And they were all up to duty and fancy, real fancy. So I was like, I might like this show. Now, mind you, back then Heather was my favorite. But anyway, Heather and Monica go some kind of snow thing again, conducive with uh, Salt Lake City. I'm not familiar with it. They look like they was snow sledding, snow something, whatever. Anyway, they bond over their relationships with their mother. Now, me and my mother got along very, which means that as long as I was in the daughter role and then switch that thing around, we got along fine. But when we bumped heads, we bumped heads because I am like Monica in that way. I spoke up for myself. And a lot of times, you know, um, we don't speak up for ourselves because, it's taught in the Christian religion that you have to be seen and not heard. And as a child, and I try to teach my children now that if they have something to tell me, anything that they want to talk about, I'm here to listen. Do it respectfully, but I'm here to listen. Express yourself. Be who you are. I'm not going to put them in the slave master role and tell them, don't come to me and tell me things. And that right there makes your children withdraw and afraid of you. I want them to honor me as a parent, but not be afraid of me. It is a difference. Okay. And so anyway, Monica goes on to tell her that her mom used to leave her with strangers. And then Heather told her that they broke their bond because her mother and her broke their bond because, she left the Mormon church and then she wrote that book. If I hear about this book one more time. But anyway, I definitely empathize with both of them because, like I said, you know, you don't always, especially as girls, and then I'm a Scorpio, honey. That mouth right there, and then when that stinger come out, okay. And my mom was Leo, so when her paws came out, so it was the stinger and the paws. I used to always pick her and say, well, you know that stinger can get up under that paw and just jokes, people. Just jokes. Okay. Next, Jack is going to have his mission revealed. Lisa is sad. Jack went and told so many people before her. Well, Lisa, what is that telling you? It's telling you that your son has a better relationship with his dad and everybody else because you are who you are. Everybody can see through you because you are paper thin, sis. And then she was like, well, you know, his dad is telling him, you know, I went to mission and I'm not going to do you like my parents did me. If you want to come home, just let me know. It's not anything that I'm going to hold against you, son. And here she comes. Well, Jack, I had this roommate who was very, very jealous of me. And so one day she put on my clothes and she wanted to be me. Well, who doesn't want to be you, Lisa? All of this face you giving, the clothes, Yves Saint Laurent. Who doesn't want to be Lisa? Sarcasm. And she tells him and reiterates with her dad. The story was out of place. Selfish, this lady is. The most probably out of now all the housewives are selfish because they get that little whole housewives fame and goes to their head. But I think she's always been paper thin. No depth, 0%. And even in her moment of trying to comfort her child about to leave and go to another country, she just can't help but make it about Lisa. Heather, Meredith, Whitney, and Monica. They go cross country skiing. And so they start talking about the car. Baby, when I tell you that that's how things often work in the Black community, I started off with horrible, horrible credit because I went to college, and back then, before this predatory uh, credit cards, they stopped it. That's what I'm saying. The predatory credit card legislature happened because they were putting kids in debt. You know, before we even started our credit, so baby, I had me a Jackson State credit card. That thing was corrupt. It was great. I could see it in my head, plain as day. It was gray, silver, and it had a tiger. Then it had GSU running across the baby. I burnt that card up. Do you hear me? And I was working, but I was depending on my mother to pay the bill. And see, point of contention, I should have been paying my own bill, but the bill was coming to her home. Okay, so this is the same situation that actually Monica is going through. Only it's not a credit card; it's a whole car. And so she was like, "You know what? Where's your car, Whitney?" And then Monica said, well, you know, Mom, OLD over there, she gets mad at me. And then every time she gets mad at me, she's mad at me about the whole situation with Angie K. So when she gets mad at me, she takes the car. And so uh, since uh, Heather is so confused because, you know, she grew up rich, even though she was in the religion. She's like, what do you mean? Then Meredith's like, because Meredith is a lawyer. She's like, well, you know, it kind of means that maybe, like, is that right? The car is in your mom's name, but you pay the bill. And then Monica, bingo, right? So LD over there, that's Monica's mom. Every time she gets mad at Monica, she takes the car. Couldn't be me. I think that's a Range Rover or some other high-end vehicle, Land Rover, whatever, something in the road world. And I know they need cars like that out there on that are good snow. But I would get me a snow reliable car, maybe like a Jeep used with some good big wide tires on, like the one I had back in 1998, a Cherokee, and go up and down the mountains in there, right? So then we get to Whitney and Meredith's conversation. Whitney, well, Meredith, I just want you to learn how to take accountability for the things that you do. And Meredith's like, what am I taking accountability for? I didn't start around there. What don't you get about that? You started the rumor through Monica, but the rumor has always been out there. And even I, meeting Sean for the very first time, even though he was sprinkled in and out last year, I wasn't paying attention to him like that. But when they first came on and they talked about that marriage, I said that man ain't faithful to her either way, man or woman. Because the baby sleep with them. Okay? Every now and then, yeah. But all the time. And then she's like, Meredith, I don't want our relationship to continue to be strained. And then she was like, well, as long as you got Angie K up in my business and you telling her that, I'm the one who caused this whole rumor to be out, man, you really ain't got nothing for each other. And she's like, you drove right on by while I'm hanging on for dear life. Whitney in confession. I don't know if she's trying to take responsibility or not. Because, in her mind, she's thinking that she probably was going to die. But this is just her way of getting around not taking accountability for her actions. Girl, bye. Meredith does deflect now. Please don't get it twisted there. But I can see Meredith's point. You sitting up there, you done had an accident, you're hanging off a cliff, the limousine driver makes the decision between the cliff and a snowbank. He hits the snowbank and Whitney. And Whitney says that she didn't know that was her until she drove by. Okay, well, call her. Because you done dragged Monica into your mess and your mess with her. And therefore, of course, she feeling some kind of way. You ride down the road right past her, and I don't doubt that Mary was terrified. Come on, people. Where's your compassion? I know I would have been terrified, honey. When it snows in the SIP, because these roads are definitely not equipped for it. We don't have snow chains, we don't have snow plows or snow tires. Any of the above. DC drives turtle. And I'm not ashamed of it. Okay. Next thing, Angie K is cooking with Pops. Oh, this is such a sweet scene, isn't it? Oh, but here we go with that strange couple relationship that Angie K and Sean have. Sean comes in the door. You want me to fix your plate? We got good Greek food over here. You gonna be Greek with me today? She all upbeat. Sean says, oh, well, I'm about to go take a shower. And to me, what Sean was doing, he retreats on upstairs, leave Pop and Aunt K downstairs with their Greek food. And in my mind, I'm saying, well, I guess he's going to wash off all that feminine energy he done collected. I said what I said. And she's looking like he could have pretended. And then she admits again that they've only been on one date in a whole year and a half as a couple, and they don't sleep together. However, I'll say a lot of couples get to the point where after they've been together for so long, they don't sleep together. But this lady act like she is raising 55 kids and she the little old lady in the shoe. And all her kids sleep in the bed with her. One child. Next. Ooh. The dinner scene between Mary and Whitney. That's why I named this episode. I don't know what the name of it is, but no matter what the name of it is, I'm gonna call it Bobblehead. That's gonna be the name of this episode, Bobblehead. So, Whit and marry me, and then Whitney, well, Mary, I'm so sorry we didn't get to meet each other at the Great Easter. And Mary, I done miss. She says, Mary, I'm sorry. Mary say, like, come on, bring it. Otherwise, you wasting my time. Let's go. And she says, well, Mary, I just want to say that I'm sorry. Sorry for what? And the waiter comes out. Waits drinks on Mary, and Mary's like, in confessional, she says, now, why didn't that happen to Whitney? Why did dress got to fall on me? You know, she's already bringing bad energy. Why didn't the drink fall on her? And then Mary wishes that she hadn't came out in the snow and the blizzard to talk to Whitney, the woman who tried to drag her church, a church that she visited, her and her slick-headed, greasy-headed papa that thought he was in 1982 in the Kiss band. And they didn't see anything cut like them, but all of a sudden, Mary's in the cut. So Jen Shaw deflecting off of her situation when she about to go to jail. And Whitney and Lisa decided that they were going to visit this woman's church with the gates all locked. I remember, I could see it just good in my head. Gates all locked. They made like they were concerned about Mary, and Mary is not concerned about them because Mary said, oh, just as she's about to do now. And once she apologized and she made her mission, she told them that she made her mission to tear her down and tear her church down. Mary told me, Mary, when he tried to say, well, Mary, you weren't nasty to me. You sent me that text. And she said, me calling you ugly, a little girl, and saying you need a face is not the same thing as you calling me a predator. That one word alone trumps everything that I said about you. Then when it says, but I'm sorry. Then Mary says, watch me walk out the door. Waiter, can I get a to-go box? Then she says, little girl, I'm leaving. And then she says, but Mary, you did things to me too. And she said, watch me walk out the door, bobblehead. And then when it comes to the conclusion that I don't think Mary's gonna go to Bobby's party. Look at my chair. Look at my chair. I guess I don't know how to like look at it. Slowly, slow motion, lean down, right? My kids get in this chair and I tell them this is my special chair and spin around. But let me slowly raise myself back up. This is hilarious. Let me see, can I get to stay up? And I'm not cutting this out. I'm gonna see how y'all make y'all see how what happens to me with these chairs in the midst of playing in my chair. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're back to Jack. Okay. After she walks out and says, watch me walk out the door. And she said, watch me leave. Sophisticated. Like Mary gets her to go plate and she dips. Back at Lisa's house. Jack's mission is announced. And he's going to Columbia. Lisa's in confession said, Jack probably is gonna get robbed every day. I had a friend that went there 6 months ago, and when he went, he was always held at gunpoint. I guess I'll just give Jack enough money to just give them money to keep them from holding him at gunpoint, like my friend's son in Mission. Now, all the while at the party, everybody's acting like they excited. So I didn't, once she got, it was like once she got in the confessional, I guess she must have thought about that thing and thought about that he could get robbed every day. Well, here we go. Here we go with Mun and LD. This the scene y'all all been waiting for. Mun, she comes in and Mom crying. And Monica say, I just know you're not crying. And she say, well, can't you show your own mother some sympathy? And then she said, because I watched the movie last night and the mother died. And we don't get any resolution in the movie. The mother dies and they haven't spoken to each other in so long, but they don't get to resolve things. And Saint, aka from Kent. And Monica says, you think I'm gonna apologize to you? I'm not about to sit here and babysit your feelings when you didn't have my back. Then she says, well, Monica, all I was trying to do was calm you down. Monica said, you never had my back before. And you sitting over there apologizing to Aunt Kay, not even asking me what happened between us. And then she said, oh, well. And then you don't apologize to somebody over your child. You take them to the side and you know, try to make things right. Side with your child first. Then, try to figure out what's going on instead of trying to blame her. And then, LD tells her, well, you're not about to guilt trip me. And then Mom say, you're not about to guilt trip me. And then LD says, don't disrespect me. And Monica say, you disrespect me first. LD says, let me talk, mother sucker. And then Monica says, did you just call me a mother sucker? A fucker is what Monica said. She said, no, I called you a mother sucker. Okay. Monica went out. And then she says, you lived your life. You went out to live your dreams, and you left me with strangers. They weren't strangers to me. They were friends of mine. Oh, LD must be like one of those hippie types, but she don't get it. And then she said, well, it was weird. That's what Monica says to LD. LD says, well, I left you to start my new job. I was trying to make things better for us, but New York was a little more expensive than I thought it was. Monica says, do you know what kind of trauma I went through? And then she said, well, you're still traumatized, Monica. And then she says, so are you. And they say, where did my trauma come from? And then she turned into a whole nother person again. She turned into 6 different people right in this conversation. LDD. And she said, well, you treated me like your mother treated you. And the cycle continues. And in confessional, Monica says, my grandmother, I don't think she wanted a daughter. And with me, I don't think my mom wanted to be pregnant. Then get back to the table. And then she says, Monica Darnell. She says, why did you call me that? LD says, well, forgive me. I called you what I named you. You changed your name so freaking many times. Every other week, it's a different name. Monica says, you call me that because you are trying to piss me off. I'm not that little girl that you can leave in the back of your car while you make out with your boyfriend. LD says, I only did that one time, Monica. And lady, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, any time is too many times. LD says, so what? I kissed the boy and I liked it. Monica said, that's not the point, Mom. I shouldn't have been there. That's a form of abuse. And all I can do in confession is hope that I break these generational curses and I provide my children with everything that LD didn't get and that I didn't get. And I hope that my 4 daughters will understand that I am here for them in that way. And I hopefully, before things are done, break the cycle. Yes, yes, yes. I made it. I made it. Ooh, this was hard for me. My nephew is over there fighting for his life and send positive energy my way, however many people see this video. Thank you for coming back to my channel. This is Country Conversations with D with D, and I'm going to chunk them up as I do.